Okay, so let's get back into coding. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create that area where we can type a message in, and that way we can, that's how we'll submit our messages to the chat room and to the chat topic. So we will go over to our topic _ live.html.heeks file. And your code should look like this now, as I mentioned in the previous. And if you come in here, we have the placeholder stuff for our messages. Underneath there's an area where it says end of our messages, and then it's outside of this unordered list. So we're going to create a form here. And so this is where we get back into coding and setting up a form. So we're going to have a form, and I'm just going to set that up with an opening and a closing form tag, just so that the div there isn't yelling at me. And now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say let f. So this is how we track our form. And then this is just like we coded before. I could copy and paste that form from the home page, but let's just retype it. So this is going to be for chat. So this is going to be our chat form. We're going to be submitting. So this will be ID. This will be chat form. And then we're not doing any events right now. We're just going to have, this is going to be a placeholder. So dot input, and we'll add a field, and we'll set that to be tied to our form. And we're submitting, this input field is actually going to be our messages. So we're going to be submitting messages, or message, just one message. And then our placeholder text we could add to make it look pretty. We'll say enter your message. And then that will do it. Let's see how that looks. Okay, enter your message. That looks nice. It's a little close to these text messages, but let's see. So if we had like a bunch of text messages, let's see what it looks like. So I'm just copying, this list item is our text message. So if I just copy and paste it a bunch of times, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so if I keep adding more, how does that look? Does that start to look ugly? Because it's going off the page. So all I'm going to do is I'll make a quick tweak there then. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this thing doesn't keep scrolling. So we can make one last Tailwind CSS edit. This is going to be very small. So if you don't need to, you should be able to follow along with this. It should be pretty easy. It's just going to be max height is going to be the screen. We don't want to go past the screen. And by default, we can make it like, I don't know, like 3/5 of the screen, the height of the will be. And then if there is overflow, we want that to be like a scroll or something. I'll set it to auto for now. Maybe that will be, yeah, so there we go. So this is how it should look, right? Like it shouldn't go off the screen. It should scroll, and then we can enter text messages. Okay, so I'll get rid of all of these duplicate ones just that we were just testing it out with. And we just need one as an example for now. Now we can use this one later. So okay, this looks like a chat. This looks like a chat now. Well, starting to look there. Well, maybe we'll tweak this a little bit more to make it nicer. Definitely looking good now. So yeah, there we go. We have our enter our message. And so yeah, all we did was add this form then in this lesson. We just added a form as placeholder. It's not really, no events are taking place yet. I just wanted to make it look a little bit nicer and set up the basis for what will be our form. And then we just made our HTML, our Tailwind CSS just a little bit neater here. So yeah, this looks good. And I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll continue coding here and making this actually function. So just a nice little addition to the layout and setting up that form.